Good morning. Pinnacles report by John Bush, Class 1C. First bit was a bit of a trudge really. You end up going 2.4 kilometres, but you climb 1.2 kilometres. You go up 1 foot in 2, which is quite a lot, isn't it? So that's a 45-degree angle that you're climbing at on average over the whole thing. So it wasn't an easy one. I quite enjoyed it though. When we got up to the bit where it goes into ropes and ladders, and it's a bit more like being in the Scouts or adventure fun for boys, I quite enjoyed that, because then you could scramble about a bit and go, I am a mountain goat. I sort of got a second wind there. I don't know if I got a little bit high. People said it's a bit low altitude to get high, but maybe my lungs were a different shape. But anyway, I felt quite ooh when I went up there, and I got ahead of everybody else, rather childishly, just so I could see it first, I suppose, maybe. Probably. When you go around the corner and you suddenly see the Pinnacles, it is one of those moments when you go, wow, is what most people probably say. It really was a superb thing to just suddenly see. So I really like the Pinnacles, and when you can see all the shapes, and as you move, you know, the three-dimensional, I think why photographs are rubbish, because when you move, your binocular vision gives you the perspective and gives you the sense of movement and being. That's my theory anyway, and I'm sticking to it. And then coming down, of course, was a little harder. I came down forwards mainly, fell over a number of times on the way down, scratched my leg once, bruised my bum, I don't know, I've probably got all sorts of strange new diseases. And now, with many aching parts, we're about to embark on another 3-hour jaunt on the flat, back to get a boat. Say goodbye to Camp 5, everybody. Go on, say goodbye, Go on, say goodbye, Camp 5, from all of us. Goodbye, like that. Go on, wave. Thank you.
Well, here we are, post our Pinnacles adventure, and look, they've done all this stuff to welcome us back. Isn't this lovely? God, I didn't expect this. Oh, I feel very humble now. This is marvellous. What's this? Oh, look. He's come along to welcome us back as well. Oh, how wonderful.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the provisions department of the National Park. Notice it looks more like a convenience store. There's not a great bit of fresh fruit visible. But now,
let me show you
Nicole
the breakfast and our dinner.
Nicole will guide us through the...
This was breakfast. This one was lunch. And this one is actually our dinner.
That's simply splendid, Nicole. And what did we have for pudding?
For pudding, we have the party snacks and the beans.
It's been a very sweaty trip. We're all very sweaty. Everyone's going to have washing on. Look, Nicole has even got a sweating watch. Hello. I've just been to buy a ticket for an aeroplane. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. And I just bought one. So I'm going back to Miri tomorrow. The Prince Albert, is it, of Monaco, he was visiting here because he came to open a new bat. You know that bat, bat camera, back camera. He come along to open a new one, which was really super duper. And we gate crashed. And we had all this really lovely food, and these guys going around with trays, and our arms like long things reaching out in the universe, going, grabbing all this food from these guys, and having lots of coffee and orange, and trying to look like we were important, like everybody else was there, of course. And so that was our last night's entertainment. I didn't film it, because if I put Prince Albert of Monaco in this film, well, he might get a bit antsy, mightn't he? Couldn't have that. We don't want trouble with countries of a foreign nature, do we? No, not just because I've done a silly film. And the most bizarre bit was when my arm's getting tired. I changed arms, so still got achy thighs. At one point, Prince Albert of Monaco had the great fortune to be hugged by a human in a giant bat suit, a great furry bat suit. Except they had to tell us it was a bat suit because it looked like a mouse. It looked like a mouse with things gone wrong, mutant mouse suit. And the hugging went on for far too long. And there were no children there, so it didn't sort of make sense, you know. It was a nice grub. It was a horribly wet walk, but we had fun. And we didn't see any animals apart from some really lovely glowing fireflies, because I don't seem to worry about the rain. And I'm getting puffed now, because walking along here, so I'm going to stop talking. Well, as you can see, Moulou Airport
It's quite a modest affair. And that's where I'm going to now. I'll be there in, seconds. I'm eating these lovely, look at that, sesame biscuits. And I've got soya milk. The airport's very quiet. I do like quiet airports, don't you? Look, there's hardly anybody here. Look, isn't that wonderful? Marvellous. I have aching thighs. My groovy shoe. It's not so groovy. My left Merrill is coming to pieces. Frankly, I'm not amused. Oh, pardon me. Then I had my flight cancelled. I foraged in the shower rooms this morning. Got some really interesting shampoo. It's black and then it goes foamy, but it's left behind by some travelling person who didn't need it anymore. I do forage a lot, so shampoo.
Jika perlu, dia boleh duduk ini untuk menambah energi. Tetap menarik dia untuk berada.
Challenge for you. See if you can see the exact moment the wheel leaves the ground. Now, only you know if you got that right or not, so be honest with yourself. Well done if you did. Doesn't matter if you didn't. Now look at this. If I was, the great grandson of Eric von Däniken or whatever, I'd be going, oh yeah, these have been put here as symbols for the aliens in the spaceship so they can land. But I'm not, so I won't. I'll just say, look at the lovely clouds and the big rivers beneath them. These are the alien bits. Look, this is the one where he says, oh, I bought a turkey for Christmas, but it wasn't the right colour. And then this one says, well, make sure you sweep up because later on we're on the seesaw.
I've spent a lot of time talking to a very nice lady who's working at the hotel. You know the really scummy hotel I stayed at before? Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because you get a nice person there and suddenly the whole place changes. So this lady's been very kind. She's got good English, had jolly good chat. She told me all kinds of things about all sorts of things.
My name is Florence Sugan.
Yeah.
I'm original from this area, Miri. I'm married with 2 kids. My children, 13 and 8 years old. One boy, 1 girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I hear your husband's got a good job.
Not ordinary job, just can support the family. Now he went to Holland for 1 month for course and come back soon. After come back, he's going to Sudan, that's it.
Then the owner was there this morning as well, and he was in a much better mood than last time I saw him. And he's got a map of British Columbia on the wall. And I said, why have you got a map of British Columbia on the wall? And he said, oh, I got it from the National Geographic, and we get a lot of British people here. So I explained that British Columbia's not really British, and it's actually in Canada. But he was unperturbed and proud of his map. And another interesting conversation I had with the lady this morning was this one. While we were sitting there this morning and I was having a cup of coffee and some Milo cereal, I went and bought some milk and coffee. Aren't I organised? A woman came in with a man, got a key, went to a box full of substances, went off with the man to a room for about 10 minutes, came back. I gave him a grin and a nod. He chose not to meet my gaze, and she sauntered off downstairs. As she did so, she tweaked my nipple, which I thought was rather cheeky. Turns out that she's on the morning shift, and the morning shift are women, and they do, naughty things with naughty men, and they get about 50 or 60 ringgit, I've discovered. They pay 10 ringgit for the room. Yeah, and it's just very very normal. Oh, hello. Very normal, run-of-the-mill day. And the lady's behind her, she's so lovely, and it's so funny, these women are coming in and doing all their prostitute-y stuff. And then I was telling her about how last time I was here I heard all the clattering of the heels and everything, and she said, oh, that's not women, that's and she didn't have the words, but what we established she meant, just getting across the road before that car hits me, was the lady boys. So all the prostitution around Miri, according to this lady, is Indonesians, most of whom shouldn't even be here, naughty, send money back to their families, of course, and the ones in the evening are actually lady boys.